Alrighty, welcome everyone. It is new product day. We have a brand new NateChrony, the NateChrony Mini. This is pretty much exactly the same as the existing NateChrony, but in a much smaller and lighter, more compact form factor. The existing NateChrony has sensors about 80 millimeters apart. The new one is much shorter, has them about 40 millimeters apart. Pure physics, it's going to be less accurate. As I said before, with our new software version, the testing that we're doing, we're seeing about 0.3 feet per second variance at 1,000 feet per second, well under 1 foot per second at 1,000 feet per second. With the NateChrony Mini, because we've got that new software optimization, we're still seeing less than 1 foot per second variance. We're seeing about 0.6 feet per second variance at 1,000 foot per second. So it can still achieve the really awesome accuracy of the NateChrony in a much smaller package. So why would you choose the Mini over the regular one? Because it's just a little bit smaller. So it's going to be great for things like pistols. If you're holding it out there, you've got it on the end, you're doing testing, you don't want something large and bulky at the end of your pistol or maybe even your rifle. So it's just a much more smaller, compact version. The same circuitry, the same layout, the same software, the same features, just a little bit smaller. So come a little bit closer and we'll actually go through them and have a look side by side with the original NateChrony and the new NateChrony Mini. Alrighty, so here we are looking side by side. We've got the new NateChrony Mini and we've got one of the original NateChronies. Now this is about 80 millimeters in length. That's excluding the adapter. The original one is about 120 millimeters in length. So you can see not an enormous size difference. We still want to have the sensors a good distance apart to make sure that we're getting that accuracy with the NateChrony products, just getting it a little bit more compact. One of the other big changes is that we've gone to a different material to print the NateChronies. We're now using a carbon fiber reinforced plastic versus the existing one which didn't have the reinforcing. Not an enormous performance benefit. It does have some performance benefits, but probably the biggest one is the appearance. If you look at the original NateChrony here, you can see that there's a few little artifacts from the printing process. We see on the new one, we've got a different cover. It's got a really nice matte sheen to it. So less printing artifacts, visually a lot more appealing. There has been a little bit of feedback and pushback from retailers. It just doesn't look that nice with the existing setup, but we've cleaned it up. We've got some new lines, some new design, and as I said, with the new material, it's just looking a lot more production ready. So that's a quick look side by side of the new NateChrony Mini versus the regular NateChrony. All of the adapters are compatible against both models. So any adapter will work with the standard, will now work with the Mini one without issue. It's the same process, it's the same software. So how do I connect to the Mini NateChrony? It's exactly the same as the regular one. There's no differences there. So if you want something smaller, you want something more compact, the NateChrony is now available on our store. So jump along and enjoy your testing.